Well, good morning, everybody. Danny and Wanda back here at Pecan Grove on a nice, chilly, foggy morning here. Had a lot of drizzly days going by here. Everything's damp and wet. Glad for that because we've been so dry for so long. But thought we'd start off this morning here at the muscadine vine. This is the way it was with the muscadines on it. I summer pruned it and left all the muscadines on it this year. We harvested a lot of muscadines off of this.
Pick the little ones too.
Yes, any of them that's dark.
There's a bug in this one.
The ones that are dark.
I want to eat one.
You can eat one. They got seeds in them. You have to spit seed out.
They have seeds.
Now we got a video is going to be coming up here, according to Ms. Wanda shortly, I hope, about us squeezing the juice out of these and making our muscadine juice out of it. But these, when we first bought this property, if you guys can go back and look at our first videos we put up, there was a big old kind of broke down white arbor in here. It was a mess. It was just, this thing was all out of control everywhere. I came in here and tore that whole thing down and put these posts up through here and put this slick wire in here like you put in fences and stuff like that, and got that in there. And I need to tighten it up. I can see that because them vines are heavy, especially this year. They had so many muscadines on them this year. They're just heavy. We kind of had to sacrifice the first year when we done this, because when you first, guys, it'd been like 25, 30 years, nothing been done to these vines, and they were just a mess. And I had to come back in here and just cut them all the way back to almost nothing and pick me out two runners here, like this one and that one, and kind of get them started. But the second year now, which was last year, they done fantastic. So we harvested a lot off of this. Now this is the little bitty, I ain't gonna call them little bitty. I mean, they're normal
size.
They're normal size muscadines, but they're the purple ones. Got the best flavor to them. I'm gonna tell you, they're really, really good. Now, guys, this right here was the Razzmatazz. We bought this at Deep South. Paid like $50 for that stupid thing. It's supposed to be a seedless muscadine. Well, it has never done nothing, and that thing must be, I don't know, baby. How is it? 5, 6 years old? 4 or 5 years old, something like that. Never done nothing. Just sit there, a little old bitty thing. Well, we brought it over here, and it's been here for 2 years. Hadn't done anything. And we brought some rabbit fertilizer in here and dumped it around it. And of course, when you dump rabbit fertilizer out around on the Deep South, here's what you get right here: fire ants. You know, they start coming to it. They want to live off of it. If we put it in our raised beds, they come to our raised beds. Where we put rabbit manure, that's where the fire ants go. But we'll take care of them at some point. But the Razzmatazz this year, we actually got a couple of clusters off of them. Now, they were little, like fox grapes. And I was not expecting that. I was thinking they were going to be normal sized muscadines, and it might be just a simple fact that...
Supposed to be that little.
Are they supposed to be that little?
Yeah, they're supposed to be a little tiny...
Well, they were like, they hung in tags like little fox grapes, and we got a couple of tags off of it. So maybe this coming year, I left this vine right here, this wire right here available for it to run down, and I'll even cut this one back some if it decides it wants to actually grow some, you know. I've been working on another grape arbor. Now, Chris was here to help me get a little bit of it done, but I think I about finished it. Well, guys, here is the new Grape arbor. Now this one is a big old, I'm talking about, this is a Scuppernong that gets between the size of a quarter and a 50-cent piece. It's a big one, you know, big old purple one. That thing is so sweet. It'd been sitting here for probably the same length of time this one has, probably 25, 30 years. Nobody's done nothing with it. And it was just, Miss Wanda put some pictures up at the front of this here where you can kind of see what it looked like. It was all overgrown like a big giant mushroom. Somebody had put a big old giant laddered post in it about 12 feet tall and had a big old T across the top of it bolted on it, and it was just a big mess, you know. Had it wired all to that laddered post and everything. Well, I finally got all that mess undone and got the post pulled out of the ground, and we got this arbor built. I finished it up this morning. I've been wanting one of these for a long, long time, and I was thankful that Chris came over and dug the post holes and helped me stand these up in here and helped me set all these top ones up here. I set the middle one because he had to leave and go home, but I got the middle one set and I put the wire on the top of all of it, and I got that grapevine. And God, let me tell you something. You see that pile of vines back yonder? That's what I cut off of this thing. And you know what it's like to have to try to fish this here stuff up through that and get it up there. Now I had to do some serious pruning down here. This thing had vines coming out down here on this right here. I'm gonna probably cut that off. It had vines coming out there. There were vines coming out all along here, you know, and I finally pruned it back. I told him, I said, look, we're gonna probably lose 1 year's worth of Scuppernongs off of this thing. But you know what? At some point, you just got to do what you got to do. You know, you got to get started. Now, I do have to come back and on the legs of it here, I'm going to put some flashing down the legs of it, because the problem we was having was I tried my best coming up here at all hours of the nights and everything, losing sleep. The possums or the raccoons or whatever would come in here and climb up on this thing and get up in it and eat our Scuppernongs at night. You could come out with a flashlight and look, and you couldn't see nothing because it was so matted over. They'd be up in there hiding, and you wouldn't even know it unless you got right up under it and started getting right up on it looking at them. And they got a lot of them this year. We got a bunch, but they got a bunch also. So I'm trying to eliminate that. I'm going to put something around these 4 legs, and I'm going to put something around the vine where they can't go up the vine. And hopefully this year, from this year forward, let me say that, we're going to be able to harvest our Scuppernongs off of this. And I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like, you know. It's going to be interesting. When I lived in a county about 40 miles from here, I had one over there, and I've always wanted one, and I never have had one. It's been like 30 years, and I finally made my mind up. I said, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and I'm going to make it big enough that it should hold enough muscadines to, or Scuppernongs, I keep saying muscadines, it's Scuppernongs. Hopefully we can get, the one I had in the place I lived about 40 miles from here, I would get about 200 pounds off of it every year. It was a big bronze one. This one's a big red one. I'm hoping to get this one to the same point where I can get close to 200 pounds off of it too. Well guys, my next chore is to go over here to these vines and get them pruned back for the winter. Now is the time to do this kind of stuff. If you're going to do any kind of pruning or training or anything like that, now is the time to do it. So I've got to go prune all them back because they're kind of out of hand a little bit. I got to get them knocked back so that we can get them ready, because this one's done now. That's my next focus there. That's going to, you know what? It'll take me half a day just to do that right there. As long as we own Deep South Homestead, there's those big old bronze muscadines or Scuppernongs over there. That was my daddy's. As long as we own it, I got to go over there, and it'll take me probably 2 days to prune them, because they're about 150 feet long, arbor of them. And as long as we own it, we got to go prune them, and I got to prune the sister plant to that one right yonder that I got probably 35, 40 years ago. We're got to prune it up because it was just like this one now. Since we hadn't been there to take care of it, it's done mushroomed all out. And when I do that, guys, I'll try my best to get a video showing how I prune it and what I do and why I do what I do. And maybe it'll help some of you guys out. So, got to get busy. Got other things to do today. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you from Pecan Grove.